got no sauce, then you're lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another episode. Today, before we get started, I really wanted to apologize for the lighting in the last video. It was not where I want it to be, and I want to let you guys know that that's not going to be a habit. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, probably more YouTube than most people should watch, and I can't stand it when I'm watching a video and the lighting's off or the audio's messed up, and it just makes it not a good experience while you're sitting there watching it. So I'm gonna make sure that that is not something that happens in the future. Back in Colorado, I had like those umbrellas with the lights in them. You know, they have a specific name, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called. But those things really helped with the lighting, and it always made sure that whatever angle I was standing at, you could always see everything, and it always made sure that it was good on camera. And the audio in there was really good as well, so we didn't have to worry about that. But I have been looking at getting a boom, so no matter where we are, what we're doing, you can always hear what is going on. Also, once we get the shop set up, those umbrellas, those will be set up as well. I am on the waiting list for a shop. I didn't want to tell you guys, but I'm just so excited about this place. It's super cool. It's got AC. It also has like a little like front desk almost type of deal where we can all hang out and just kick it. So I can't wait. I hope I get it. I'm on the waiting list. Within 2 weeks I should be able to move in. So everybody cross your fingers and hope for the best that we get this place, because it'll mean a lot for the channel. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get started shimming this oil pump. This is what I would highly recommend doing if you're trying to make some decent power, or if you're just trying to do a stock build as well and you want to just make sure that you're making a lot of oil pressure. It's an easy trick to do, and I'll show you guys how to do it. So here is our oil pump. Some people actually port this spot out as well. If you did want to do that, you would just take these screws out. You'll see like a gear in here. You can take that out, and this whole place, you'll have access to it, this whole like port here. And you'll pretty much just grind that whole thing out, just grind it all out on the inside, and that'll actually drop your oil pressure, but then once you go and shim it, it'll raise that oil pressure back up. But today we're not going to be doing the porting, we're just going to be doing the shimming. That way we make sure that we have a good oil pressure for this build. So to get started, you're going to see here you have an Allen key right here. Go ahead and put that in there, or Allen key head, and go ahead and remove that bolt. Alright, so once you get this out, you're going to have a spring here. It's spring loaded. It's going to shoot out a little bit. Then you'll be able to remove this, and then you're going to pull your spring out. You'll see here at the top, it's a smaller circle here, smaller diameter at the top than it is at the base. Reason that is just so the spring can sit right there on top of it. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding a little shim to the top. That way, once it goes in there, it's going to be compressed down a little tighter and give us some more oil pressure. What you're going to want to go ahead and do is go to any auto parts store and pick up these electrical connectors. The thickness on them, well, I actually measured this when I was at the store. I didn't want to buy that tool to measure the thickness of it, because I actually have one in Colorado and I don't want to have two of them. So I just used the tool while I was at the store, opened the box and checked it, and this is 40 thousandths, the size of it. So that should probably give you about 10 psi extra at sitting idle. So what you're going to want to go ahead and do first is you're going to want to drill this out. Drill out that diameter just so it can sit right there flush on the top and go down. And that way, once you get that done, that way you can cut this part off here, and it's pretty simple. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to put the camera down, and I'm going to go ahead and drill out this circle so that way we can make it fit. Oh yeah. Now that that is done, I just need to go ahead and cut this spot here. That way we can make it a little more round. It's obviously not going to be completely round. Doesn't need to be. You just want to cut as much of that off as you can. So I'm going to cut it like, let me get closer. I'm going to cut it like right about there. I just get a pair of cutters, normal, cutters like these, and just snip away. There it is. There's our shim. Always make sure that you trim enough off the side here. That way you don't have to worry about it hitting the threads here in the bottom of the oil pump. And you just want to make sure it fits in. And before you put your spring on and all, just make sure that it fits in there. And it does. Alrighty guys, well that was pretty simple. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to write it down in the comments. Also, sometimes with the comments on YouTube, for some reason on my phone, it'll tell me like the next day or way later than when it's written. So if you guys ever have any questions and you want to get a faster response, please feel free to hit me up on Instagram at the official auto sauce. I'll put that right here. Also, it's also always in the description. And then I have my personal one on there, but for some reason I'm usually on the auto sauce Instagram more anyways. But it doesn't matter. If you write me on Instagram, I always see it right away, and I can always answer any questions that you guys may have. Also, I really enjoy answering questions. If there's anything that you guys need help-wise that I can contribute to, please let me know. It honestly brings a lot of joy to my day, and I just, I think of your projects as my projects. So please feel free to do so. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
You don't got no sauce, then you're lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce.